What's up, my queen? Hey.
Hello, Miss Angie Pooh.
How are you, my soul sister?
I'm great, darling. I'm great. It's so great to be alive and great to be here with you again, Angie.
Yes, we are about to have some sisterly talk. We're going to talk about some things that, if you ain't comfortable, you need to go ahead to live.
Wherever way to down, under, up, wherever.
How are you, though? How are you
I'm
feeling?
doing great. I'm doing great. I was in your interview today with Kevin, kicking with Kevin.
Can I kick it?
Yes, we're friends now. I told him I went and watched some of his videos, and I told him, I said, I wish you lived in Georgia.
How about that part?
Yeah, because he works on cars and Lexus and he didn't work on Mercedes. I don't think he said Mercedes.
Yeah, he said he don't deal with the BMWs and the Mercedes.
Oh yeah, right. I had some Mercedes before, but I got rid of mine. I got a Lexus, and then I got rid of Lexus. So I'm just an American Ford now.
I ain't mad at you. Listen, give me a good truck. Don't dodge it, ram it.
That's right. And I've only had utility vehicles for the past, I guess, 5, 6 years. Well, 5 years.
Okay.
And I always said, my husband had utility vehicles. I always said, never, I don't want one. I don't want one. And once I got one, I don't go back to a car.
I know that's right. I got a couple of things I want to talk about. And
Okay.
feel free because this is just us kicking it. We're gonna talk about some girl things, some woman things, some kid things, some men things. We're gonna talk about all kinds of things. Okay.
Well, it's your show, honey, because I can be all over the place. I'm glad you kind of narrowed it down so we can stay focused.
Well, it's our show. Mi casa, su casa.
All right, darling. Okay.
It's us.
Whatever. Well, let's roll.
You gonna find us here one week. You gonna find us over there next week. So
Okay.
we
We'll make it happen.
Let's talk about some suggestions when getting a divorce. Now, I'm going to say, because we both are women of a particular certain age, and we've been there, done that.
Several times for me.
Okay, so I'm like one, working on one.
Well, that's okay. Well, we'll see. I can always say what worked for me. We're all different, but I like to share what works for me, and maybe somebody can learn from it or value my experience.
Okay. So you want to take the floor first and talk about like some suggestions, and then I'll just chime in.
Well, first of all, I always believe I'm a firm believer in the institution of marriage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't knock whatever anybody else wants to do. Share their life, maybe live together, whatever. But I have found that, and I always like to give experience. A lot of times, there's no shame in my game, and so my thing is, I believe on working on marriages if possible. Because I had a couple of marriages I worked on, I tried to work on, but if both parties are not interested in doing the work, sometimes the divorce happens.
Yes, most definitely.
Right, it takes work. So, but it depends on the situation. Some divorces can be handled in a mature, rational way. And some divorces, it has to be a quick, cut it off and hide or change your identity, whatever you have to do. So, but the divorces I was kind of like, mine were easy to me because there are certain things that breakers for me, and those are adultery and physical violence. So my thing is, one was adultery, and the thing about it is, this person had no remorse.
Oh,
he just got caught.
And can we just stop it right there for 1 second? Because I got a couple of questions. Now that we're gonna have, this is us talking. This is not no interview, no combo, no nothing. This is us having real talk. Okay. All right, you said several. So can we get a number on those several?
Let's just say close to the. Remember the story in the Bible, the woman at the well?
What?
Well, like I say, you know me, I think more than anybody else is maybe in the stream, is that when I got married, I was a young girl when I got married. And I grew up in the era in a home where you were supposed to wait until you were married before you even do anything, consummate anything. So I waited, and I was 25 years old, never been with anybody. And I was not worldly, hadn't really had a lot of world experience. And I met this person. In fact, he was one of my best friend's son. And he saw me at a fashion show we were putting on, and I didn't know much about men at that time. And so he was just floored. And his mother was my friend. And we started dating, and within 10 months we were married. And I did not know, found out later, a lot of details. I was a rebound for him.
Which is
And
most likely that happens because when you are in a relationship, somebody came from somewhere.
right. And so, but his mother was one of my best friends. She didn't really know how to tell me. I know I believe in red flags now. I know now. And so as a young girl, I did not know what red flags meant in a relationship. So people always, there's some red flags. Sometimes heed those red flags
That's
for
right.
some reason. We don't heed them. And you have to learn what red flags are. And sometimes you don't have a red flag, you have a big pole. So I see the poles, I know the poles and the red flag. So when they asked me to marry him, it was a no-brainer for me. I'm first time in love and first everything. And didn't tell me that I was a rebound, but she did say to me, well, Phyllis say, he's not in the church. And I said, oh, he's coming in. He had just came into church, but he came into church to get me because he knew that he had to be in the church. So he came to church, went to see in the church, he got married. And so later on, I found out I was a rebound. He had just been in Georgia a little short time from Chicago and was living with someone. All came out later. And someone broke his heart up there. And eventually they started conversing through his sister that was still in Chicago. And I had never met her. And so the red flags were there. I still didn't heed them, didn't know what was going on. So he decided one day to take a trip. Came back. He said he went for the weekend. We just got a brand new car. I noticed the bugs on the car, but I didn't think anything of it. And so he sat down on the talk. This was a Monday. He said, "You're a good wife. You're a good mother. You're anything any man could ask for." He said, "But I love somebody else." But what I found out was the sister that lived with him in New York had not met me. We used to talk. She can't wait to meet your sister-in-law. Then eventually she stopped just chatting with me when she would call the house, and she would just go direct to speak to the husband. And so she was friends to the lady he was living with up there. They were boyfriend and girl, whatever. And she started telling him that she was divorced and da da da. So he took a trip up there, and that's when he came back. Blah blah blah. So for me, it felt like to me that someone pulled the rug from under me because here I was a young girl. I had saved myself, and I'm gonna, you know. And he asked me that, and so my thing was okay. So my heart was broken. That's the first time my heart was ever broken. But now I look back, I don't know why my heart was broken, but it was at that time.
See,
So
your heart was broken because it was new.
it was new, and that's the first I thought love. I know what real love is now. That wasn't real love.
You know, love can go all kinds of places and stuff like that because when it is new, that's when you get those feelings and those emotions and everything is real. This is real love right here. This is the real deal right here. I love my man. I love my family. I love all these loves. And I think with me with divorce, I'm a runaway. I don't do all that fussing and fighting and
I don't either.
this is mine, that's mine. I will leave you every single thing and I will get ghosts. I am not a good fighter. I black out, forget who you is. So I just better go on and be on my way. So in
I'm
regards
a
to
good
divorce,
fighter. I'm a good fighter, But when it comes to the category of love, if you don't want me, there's something about me, I don't want you. So I get that message. You get what I'm saying? Even at that time, Angie, like I said, I really also don't believe that just because that was the first thing. I don't believe that every marriage has to end because of adultery. Now I know a lot of people don't say, what?
No, I mean, so tell me, how do you heal? Like, what do you do?
Okay,
Can you actually forgive?
Well, the person that committed adultery on me later on down that was long years ago, my other life. It was, to me, it was the attitude about it. He got caught. And what he said to me was, well, men do it all the time. Oh, and I, words, I'm going, what? And what's the big deal? I said, you know what? I said, you are anyway remorseful. You just got caught. Like a hand in the cookie jar. You got caught. And so then I said, well, you can either go or I can go. And so he said, well, I'm not going anywhere. I said, fine with me. Because it's just whatever. So I eventually left. Because at that time, I did not own a home with these men, apartments or whatever. So he came back to me. He said, you're a Christian. You're supposed to forgive me. I said, oh, yes. I thought about it. And I said, you are dead right. I do have to forgive you. Now, he wasn't in the church. He going to turn the Bible and throw it at me. I said, you are right. Whew. I do have to forgive you. But I don't have to take you back.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
Out of here.
Now, can we, because I do believe in accidental mistakes. Like you might slip in of a JJ. I do believe in those.
I do believe in it. But I would look at the big picture because I'm about looking at the big picture, Angie. And so I'm like this, a little weight stuff. If I had a man that was a good provider, good husband, good everything, and he came to me confessing and crying, it may take me a minute to forgive him. I may forgive him, but it will take a long time for my heart and my mind to get together that forgiveness. Because to me, forgiveness is like this. If you can't forgive somebody for doing you wrong and you're going to keep throwing in their face, you haven't forgiven them. Because I always remind myself of this. When I was younger, I used to say, I can't make money selling candy apples. I've always been a hustler. So I have a scar on my finger, my hand right here. Every time I look at that scar, I will always remember how I got that scar. But the pain of how I got that scar is gone. So over a period of time, if someone wrongs us in that area, that's devastating. But if I make a decision to stay with you, it may take a long time for me to trust you. And I'm going to tell you, listen, we're going to try to make this work, but you're going to have to be patient. It may take a long time for me to actually want you intimately. You know what I'm saying? Be intimate with you. We can go through the motions. We're going to have to rekindle our love and my respect and everything again for you. But I think that can be worked out if this man is genuinely sorry and he just got caught up because we human.
We are. Now, I think that in regards to a man, because I'm a woman, so I'm gonna speak of the man cheating. Now, if you ain't blatantly out there disrespecting me and where you having an affair, like years and all that stuff, I can't forgive you.
Right.
I don't do public humiliation.
Right.
You will not be having a whole nother life over there and think I'm supposed to forgive you.
Right.
No.
Right. And that happens a lot. Right.
I don't care about no money. I don't care about no property. I don't care about no hearts. When I'm done, I'm done.
Well, now that you said that, let's go to number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3. And it's so strange. Life is something else. You look back. That's why I'm so glad God is really, I'm a self-aware person. And that's why I'm able to share. There's no shame in my game.
Me neither.
But my thing is this. We had this particular person did not want to be, he was in the church and I was in the church, but he said he did not want to be intimate before marriage. Now, that can be a red flag too, or a big pole. And I was kind of like respecting them. He's professional teacher, he has a doctorate and all, and Nancy has a doctorate now. And so we had a lot in common. He used to make me laugh because I love to laugh. I can be serious, but I also like to laugh a lot.
Me too.
And
I'm goofy.
right. I love to laugh, and when I get silly and tired of sleep, I get real jitty and crazy. I don't have to get drunk. I don't drink like that. So we had a lot in common to travel and everything, and we had a good time. But year within the marriage, I started noticing certain things. I'm noticing the intimacy in this. At first, I didn't think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so happy within the marriage, in a sense. Then I found out later on why he was like that, because he had been abused as a child.
Oh, that's my next. Wait, don't go too far, because that was another thing that we wanted to talk about. Let's just go ahead and see, because I got that scar on my finger too. That was being a woman that was abused. All that fighting and fussing and everything, and fighting. And then when I started seeing marks and scars, I'm not doing this no more.
Right. And I told him, I said, listen. So he said, we both had this goal to get a house. And I said, okay, but you need to get some help. You need to get some help for this area. Because I was willing to stay with the person. If you have, to me, then I'm talking about somebody in their 30s, for the impotent. You get them, got some stuff going on. But that's not everything in a relationship. It's a very big part of relationship. Don't get me wrong. But it's not have to be the whole relationship to be founded on how good we are in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? And No, let me tell you what I'm saying. What I mean is this. If a person I look at that, and like I said, he's always say, being a professional educator, there's no shame in not knowing how to read. The shame is not, getting help for it. So I told him, there's no shame in this. It's a medical condition. Get me? So if you love somebody, you got to overcome all that and look at that. That's what true love would do. Okay, that's what I was willing to do. He would make excuses for it. Okay, I'm gonna get some help. Go to help. So eventually we're gonna build this house. So we built this nice house, 3 levels, intercom, and built it from the ground. And back then, plush pink, rose pink carpet, nice house. So he said, well, let's just go on and build the house. And then when we get the house finished and get moving the house, I'm gonna get some help. I said, okay. So we build a house, right? I said, okay, now let's settle down and start going. You start getting some help, therapy. And not going no therapy, nothing wrong with me. You just oversex. Girl, that was another one of them times where I went, wait a minute, hold on. Twice a year, once or twice a month, in last year, I'm oversexed. I said, you got some problems. You know what I'm saying? So, and I told him, so we be in the house, I'm going to tell you something. Know what I said? I said, my sons came to visit me, but I didn't tell them I was planning on leaving this joker, right? I said to this man, I said, I'm going to help you with the first month's mortgage. After that, I'm out of here.
I know that's right.
He thought I was joking. He came home, honey, guess one day, honey, I left him in the brand new house. You hear me? I took my dog, my car, and what else? I did not care. You hear me? I did not care. I didn't want nothing. Because I took personal stuff, you get what I'm saying? Because we had really furnished the house all the way through. We were going to furnish it. And I was out there the first month. So I'm not about things. I can get my own things. I can buy my own lamps. I can get everything. I don't need no man for that. I need a man because I choose to have somebody in my life to share my life with. To me, that's what marriage is. We share my life. But my identity is not into I'm Mrs. So-and-so. You get me?
Well, I think that I left everything because so my logic is kind of crazy, because I feel like I'm going to leave everything because I'm going to let you remember what you lost. I left shower curtains, towels, washcloths, sofas, beds. I left everything. And then when you lay there or you use that towel, you going to remember Angie got it. You're going to remember the way I smell. I'm so smart, I'll leave my perfume.
I know that's right.
I want you to know what you've done. You know what I mean? And sex is very important to me in a
It's
relationship.
very important to me too. But at that time, I looked at the big picture. Because see, that's not something you can remedy that. That's Viagra. So I'm just telling you, you know, but you know why it was so easy for me to leave him? Because I told him, I said,
Wait, pause. You ain't gonna just skip over that. Flag on the flag. You know what? I'm gonna have to get a flag for you. I always got stuff around.
You know, Angie, get a little red flag, American flag. I got one for you. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna wave it so you can say that means we gotta elaborate a little further, okay? We have to elaborate a little further. Because you know, you gotta remember this, Angie. People that are in social service people, we don't embarrass easily.
Oh no.
Right. And then there's no shame. I can talk about the body, I can talk about sex. I have learned I can talk about anything and keep a straight face.
That's right. But
that's
Brown,
that's
the thing about that Viagra. See, a woman ain't nobody trying to have sex no whole hour and a half. I got things to do. I got some shopping to do. I ain't got time for all that.
No, right. But my thing is, that can be moderate. The thing about it is just like any other thing, how you score in the medical term means you half an appeal. Oh, you get half an appeal or 3/4 or whatever. You got to find a way to make it work. Because see, my thing is that just because you can, that Viagra got you going on for an hour, that means I got to go on for a whole hour. You just need to just wait till everything calm down. While it's calming down, I'm going on with my life.
But when they take that Viagra, it don't calm down. Even if the half of the pill, it don't calm down.
Well, that's their problem. I mean, wait a minute. You got to deal with. I don't take on the problems of the world. You know, you just got to deal with it. Okay, whatever. But see, I didn't stay with him long enough for him to get no Viagra. Because my thing is, the reason why it was easy to leave him, I say, Negro, excuse me, I mean to say that, but
Black
we were
man.
Negro. Our birth certificate said Negro. Negro, let me tell you something. It's easy to leave you because you're nasty, you're ugly, not nasty, clean wise. You got a nasty attitude. You have nothing to offer, and yet you're gonna be ugly about it. So hey, bye. So that's what I'm saying. So those are, but everybody that's ever that I divorced, all of them want to still be back with me.
That's the same problem. Listen, I'm friends with my exes, all of them. I don't got no problem because guess what? I escaped that. I am blessed and highly favored.
Me too. And I know who I am. And there's nobody like me. There's nobody like Angie Pooh. I'm one in whatever. You one in a billion or whatever. So I was just reading something today. Gloria Reds is talking about when somebody asks us who we are. Who are you? People start telling stuff about, oh, I went to school, I have my bachelor's, or I have my master, or I work. That's not who you are. Who are you? People don't know how to answer that question. I know who I am, like you just said. I am self-aware. I am Phyllis. There's nobody like me. I'm a child of God. I'm a princess because my father owns everything. I am rich. I am loved. I am beautiful. So that's your identity, not what you do for a living. What you do for a living is not who you are. I don't know where my sister went. Hopefully she's still there. You back?
I'm here. I'm listening to you. I'm letting you tell it.
No, because that's what I'm saying. That's what people, who are you? And most people don't know who they are. And I always say you can't find out who you are. You got to deal with where you come from first. Deal with all your stuff. Come to terms with all the mess that happened to you in your life. Accept it, learn from it, and then move on to the next chapter. So, and then you know where you came from, where you want to go. Where you want to go? What do you want to do? What makes you happy? What makes you happy? And people always say, well, I just don't know what I want to do. I said, I'll ask you one question. what do you see yourself? Because what we do professionally and what our deep innermost passion come from, sometimes they're kind of close together. It's hard to identify. But when you're seeking what you want to do as a profession or what make you happy, you want to grow a business, you have to say, what do I find myself doing every day to get up every day to go do and I never get paid for? That usually tell you what you really want to do to help you get the direction. What where you want to go.
Making sure you're able to speak to my supervisor and got everything you needed. Is there any update?
I'm sorry. I just got an important phone call from my child. And she said, that's why I was still listening to you and I'm letting her talk because it's okay, she's having a moment right now.
Is she okay?
Yeah, she's okay. You know how the kids be. But let's talk about friendships. What about your friends?
I pick them very carefully. I have different types of friends, and I've always, like, people don't believe this. I don't really get into a lot of astrology, but a lot is true. I'm born a Taurus, so I'm a earth sign. So the earth sign people like to really nurture. They're sun people. They're warm. Most of them, there's always exception to the rule, but they're usually caring people. And since they're nurture, they can get along with almost anybody. You get me? So I have friends, and when I have friends, I don't have the type of friends that I have to be with you every day, have to call you every day. You got to be in my house every day. I have to be in your house every day. I have friends, quality friends I may not see for weeks on, sometimes years. But when I see her, it's just like it was yesterday. And so I never have fooled with, I would say, a lot of women. I guess I got it from my mom, but those I do deal with are friends. Like I had one friend, we met in the 5th grade. We talked the other day. She, we talk all the time. We're like sisters. We don't even consider ourselves friends. Our children call us aunt, and like I give her the key to my house and key to her house. I give her my social security number. So I don't need a whole lot of friends. I just don't, but I do have friends, but my husband right now is my best friend, I guess I would say.
Now, that's real weird for me because I feel like I'm an empath and my relationship with women, period, is kind of weird. I think it has a lot to stem from the fact that I didn't have this great relationship with my mother. And it's so weird because I'm so older and I don't have mommy issues, but I don't have great relationships with my mom. So it tends to put me in a category with women where I treat you and I meet you where you are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just straight up. Like, I don't deal with friendships and relationships where I'm just not that invested anymore.
I understand. I feel you, Angie. I know what you mean, because that's why it took me. I was thinking as I was talking, I said, well, do I have friends? I do have friends, but I don't need all that. You get what I'm saying? Now, my husband always say that you just like a man. Men have always told me, you don't think like most women. I don't like a lot of shopping per se. I like to shop for a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never been one of the type of women won't just go looking at window. Let's go window shopping. What for? But I meet you, we can go for lunch. We'll go for lunch and all that. And I've never been, like I said, you heard me say a lot of times, I love the way people do makeup, and I just don't have time. I don't want to learn that. I bought some false eyelashes one time. Well, somebody gave them to me. I ordered a wig or something. I tried to put them things. I said, forget this. And see, I love feminine stuff, but I'm more of an outdoor person. I love the fish. Alvin was talking like dirt. I don't like dirt, but because I love the fish, I tolerate, when you put the bait on the hook, worms are made out of dirt. And once you put that bait on that hook, it's going to be a lot of dirt. and it get up under your nails and so and so and so. So I got my nails done one time. She put some nails on. I went fishing, and I was so miserable at that darn lake. I was taking them things off at the lake, throwing them away. Because, and then I asked, I said, how in the world y'all tight with all that stuff on? And so my husband, I said, I'm gonna one day I'm gonna pay somebody. I just want to do a face over. You know how they do you over and make you look. I just want to. It's fun. I just want to do it one time. I don't know nothing about priming and all that stuff, but I
don't either.
I find it interesting, you know. And my husband, Phyllis, you just got that natural beauty. I said, okay, whatever, but I still want to do it. But I don't like to talk on the phone like a lot of women like gossip, and that's just never been me. I'll talk to you, but I don't get off and, oh girl, did you hear so and so and so and so and so and so? Cause my thing is, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. You know what I'm saying? And so I'll talk to you, but it has to be a purpose. You call me, we talk. And my girlfriends always say, when I did have, a lot of girlfriends, and they have marital problems, and they'll call me, and I will listen, very patient. Everybody says I'm very patient. Then after a while, they keep calling me, and I may say, you know what, you're not tired. My girlfriend called one time. She said, I'm going to leave him cry. I'm tired. I said, you're not tired. She said, Phyllis, why you said? I said, when you're tired, honey, you're not going to even look back. You're not going to care what nobody think. You're going to get your grip, and you're going to get out of there. So when you get tired, you call me. So she called me one day. She said, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm leaving. I said, good. I have patience, but I don't have patience for people that you're going to call me now. You want my advice. And I tell you, then you get mad at me. Well, don't call me then. Then they say, you always take up for the man. I said, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. You want me to just take up for you because you're my friend? No, you're dead wrong.
See, and that's the thing, because I have my opinion is outside the box, and I never go with the common opinion. I don't know what it is, if it's just the Capricorn in me. I'm always looking at the underdog. And in regards to friendship with women, I mean, my best friend is a male. Mm-hmm. So, and I'm cool with that. You know, I'm cool with, and we go back from 7th grade. He know where everything is, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But with women, it's like, I feel like I need you to be my sisters and not be codependent on our relationship.
I got you.
Let me explain. Like, you ever come across women that are so close that they will ask their girlfriend before they ask their man?
Oh no, I never been that close, no woman.
But they do that though.
Right. I don't get that.
He might not be doing right. He might not take care of home. He might not be home. He might not for home. He ain't nothing home. But she'll use you and tell you everything, get everything from you, need help with everything from you. And then turn around. If you tell her or ask her, well, what do he do for you? Mm-hmm. She's offended. You know, like they, and I'm quite sure you've been through this. Women will call you and tell you everything about their man.
But you know, Ed, but that's what I'm telling. That's what I'm saying. That's why you ask my friends. I don't have any friends like that, because when I was younger, I had a couple of friends, ladies in the church, but they would call and they would be so needy. And so my thing is that I'm not a hard person, but I'm very practical. And see, I can't get that. My mind can't compute. You have this man that's going upside your head every week, or so, because I've been there, done that. But yet you say, I love him. Wait a minute now. I never known the type of love that got me getting up off the floor every week.
Oh, well, better that.
Yeah, because see, so when women come to me, I'm like this most of the time. They don't come to me too much no more. But when I did, because I'm just like this, I put my hand just like this, because I've learned how to listen. I was trained how to listen to people, right? Even before I was trained, even before I went to school for this stuff, I was trained, and it was just in me. That's maybe why I did so good in social service. That's part of my makeup. you're talking to me, you tell me I'm like this. And then they say, well, you don't have nothing to say. I said, well, what do you want me to say? I said, are you asking me or am I just listening to you? Well, I wanted you to give me your opinion. I said, okay. I give them my opinion. Then they said, well, why you say that? I said, you just asked me for my opinion. It's my opinion. Now, you can do what you want to, but if you want, don't call me unless you know, because people, my opinion is just that, my opinion.
My opinion is my opinion.
So you can either take it or whatever, but I'm going to come with you some logic and some common sense. Because I would tell people, I said, if I could package common sense, I would be a billionaire. Because a lot of people don't have common sense to me. I don't get that. When my boys were little, and when they got to be 10, they start driving. And they said, Mom, can I use your car? And I said, you listen, drive my car? That's not a given. That's not a privilege, baby. That, you know, so. He said, well, can I so? I said, you are welcome to take my car to the store. He want to go get something. I said, but let me tell you something. If you ever abuse this little privilege, what I'm allowing you to do, you know your mama. He went, he stayed 3 hours. I got my keys. I said, don't ever ask me again to use my car. See, I don't just say stuff to be saying it. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say.
That's right.
You can call it hard. You can call whatever. You can label whatever. But see, I believe in self-preservation. I believe you're supposed to love yourself. I don't know where this myth comes that you're not supposed to love yourself.
But that's the part that we don't do.
If you don't love you, who can love you?
But we don't. We put our kids, our men, we put everybody before ourselves, and we get lost and disheveled. And I think a lot of women are crying in the shower too many times.
Right. But you know, Angie, what you just said, that's true. When I was married before, I lost my identity. And when I work with couples, I tell them, I said, listen, just because you get married does not mean you lose your individuality.
You shouldn't.
You should. And I said, because if you lose your individuality and you wake up one day and you're going to wonder, who are you? What happened to you? If you died in the process because you were married, something is wrong with that picture. That's a sad commentary right there for me. So I learned I'm not going to lose my identity. I'm not going to lose my identity.
I don't think they notice that. That's like, even when they call you and be like, girl, he says, you'll be ready to go and jump in the car to burn down and bust out somebody's windows with your girlfriend. Next thing you know, they back together next week and she loving him.
That's what I'm saying. That's food. That's toxic, unhealthy relationships. You know, very toxic, unhealthy. And I've seen and have been in front of a whole bunch of people, a lot of people over the years that are very toxic. And so unhealthy people, until you deal with your issues, you won't know how to identify a healthy relationship. So if you operating in all this dysfunction in some little area, but I mean when I say, if my personal issues are bleeding over my relationship with you or whoever, then it's a problem.
That's right.
They have to be addressed. But a lot of people, like I said, they come from different lifestyles, different cultures, different backgrounds, and they think just because they love each other, they're going to be able to solve everything in their relationship. It doesn't work that way.
Listen, I've done it all. I done had invitations sent out, didn't get married. I had a woman call my house and describe my bedroom.
Ooh.
And he said, she lied. And that's one thing I never did was take any woman into my bedroom. You can come to the whole house, but you don't come in my bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
But all of that has taught me to be the woman that I am.
Mm-hmm. Right. You learn from it and you apply it, you know.
And I, as a mother of 2 daughters, I tell them all the time, it's great to have a partner. Whatever you chose, whoever you chose to sleep with in the bedroom, that's your business. It's great to have a partner, but make sure you can stand on your own.
That's right.
With or without them.
That's right. And I'll tell people the story about an eagle. You know, when an eagle picks her mate, she picks it. One characteristic is the fact that he has to be able to carry her weight. You see what I'm saying? So
that's beautiful.
you know, you got to be able to carry your weight. And so there are a lot of concepts and things lessons we can learn from animals. And I love birds. I love to feed
I
my
love
birds. I love
birds.
birds. And I saw that when a mother bird, what she does is she go feed her baby chicks, and she bring the worms and she feed them out of the mouth. She feed them. And when they get to be a certain age, when this mom feel like they reached the level of maturity and time for them to go, she actually throw them out the nest. She tipped the nest over. That's where that saying came back. You either straighten up or fly right. So that's what we do. We're supposed to do our kids the same way. We don't raise our children as like our property. They're a gift. They're individuals with their own minds, their own thoughts. And so what we do is we have to know when it's time to kick them out the nest and
We
let
do.
them and just say, okay, hopefully all the life lessons I've taught, hopefully you've learned something, and then it's time for me to let go. Because doggone how my children grown. I don't care. I had boys. And I had an adopted daughter. She grown now. She just rubbed, but still like her mom. I don't worry about them grown folk. I'm here for you if you need me. My mama she's always said, well, when they little, they're on your hands. And when they grown, they're on your heart. I remember I said to myself, if I ever get children, I don't want that. I knew that I did not want that. So what that means is I don't mix my finances with my children. I never have. I don't know. They got wives. I ain't in their business, ain't in mine, because I don't want them in my business. But I'm here for them. Keep your stuff. You ain't using my car. I'll take you where you want me to take, but I help you get an Uber. I'll give you the money. Keep your car. Insurance. I ain't on your. So you got to let them be their own person.
They got to be their own person.
And see, that's what I mean by people say, they're my son, they're on your heart. They worried about the grown folks and worried behind it. Let them folks go.
I just had a conversation with my sister, and she was upset about my dad. And I always tell her, why do you try to parent your parents?
Right.
They listen, I'm going to meet everybody where they are.
That's
I
right.
ain't trying to change no folks. Now my grandchildren, they get a little on they stuff, you know, you tap them on their tush and be like, get it
Yeah.
right. Because they still young yet, you know.
Right.
But when it comes to my kids, I sit back and watch my work.
Me too. And I'm done.
I can't do all that stuff. Like even with my relationship and things like that, I'm at a particular point in my life where I just don't like chaos.
I don't either. I don't like drama. And another thing, Angie, I don't have to deal with it.
Don't have to deal with
See,
it.
that's what I'm saying. What, like I said, listen, I told my son, I said, because my son real particular, my husband real particular about folks coming to the house and they had the shot, right? And one of my grandsons, he's a teacher, graduated from high school, now he's a teacher. And he said, and I respect whatever wishes they want, And he said and my husband said, Brandon said he was coming over here the weekend. I text both of them. I said, listen, I love you all dearly, but you know what your papa feel? I said, y'all have the shot. That's your right. I said, but you can't come here till you get the shot. So that's
I
what he feels.
understand.
And that's what he feels. That's what my husband feels. So I respect my husband. This is my husband's house. This is our house. It's just not my house. It's his house too. So they said, okay, Grandma, I understand. And I said, why? I'm curious, why aren't you getting the shot? You're a school teacher. So he said, well, Grandma, I want to have kids one day. He was telling me a couple of people had COVID.
I heard that too.
He said a couple of people had COVID. And he said, Mama, it interfered with your ability to have children. I want to have children one day. I said, well, if you're dead, you won't be able to have children anyway. I said, so why don't you freeze it? And then you he said, Grandma, you crazy. Because my children, I'm just going to come real to you. I said, that's fine. I see, hopefully. And so he said, Grandma, I wear the mask. They've been here. But since COVID got bad again, my husband thought, y'all need to just stay at home, whatever. So we do FaceTime and stuff like that. So my husband said, listen, I'm black and I got an underlying condition. If I get, I'm dead.
I know that's right. But I have heard that too. People talking about, oh, it'll mess with your infertility. It'll mess with this. I had one person, it's so many stories. We ain't even going to get into that one. We're going to close off with something you wish you would have done, or something you want to do in the year to come, the life to come, the one to come? What do you want to do?
What do I want to do? I'm so content. I can't think of nothing. I want to get a makeover.
Really? What kind of makeover?
I just want to go. I'm gonna go somewhere to and just make me over. I just want to see what I would look like made over, because I'm fascinated by how they do that.
So you just want to get a makeover, like
a whole
face
makeover,
makeover?
false eyelashes, and all that. Do the glamour shot and all that kind of stuff. That's just what I want to do. I've always been very adventurous. Okay, when I got married the first time, we got married 3:00 in the afternoon. We had just come off the motorcycles.
Ooh.
He said, "Let's get married." I said, "Okay." So I'm not try. I won't try anything once that's out of my comfort zone, but I'll try stuff once. So I want to do that. And what else I want to do? I can't think of too much I want to do.
You know what I want to do in my years to come and in my life period? I want to be able to mean what I say and say what I mean, because I have a tendency of saying something and I'll be like, I'm not doing it. I'm done. I'm not doing it. And I turn around and it's, they need me.
I know what you're saying. I used to be a little bit like that, but I think what that is called, it's like we call it, it's double-minded.
Okay.
And so it says, I always like to go back to the wisdom of a lot of times the Bible, because I've learned to apply it. That means, say, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Let not that man think he shall receive anything of the Lord. So we seeking for direction. And if we can't make up our mind about this, make our mind about that, a lot of times we have a tendency to change our mind based on what somebody said to do or ask us. So yeah. I have learned what I do is, if you ask me to do something, because I used to always commit to do something, Angie, then I find myself stretched thin.
Yes.
And right. And then I told somebody I would do it, and I wake up the next day, I don't really want to do that.
I really
so and so. And then, because I'm being honest with you, because I said I told a lie. And I don't really like to lie. So I said, Lord, I did that. So you know what I asked him to do? I said, teach me and show me and tug on me to let me know before I make decisions to commit to stuff. Because I always feel like I have to please everybody. Not everybody, but people in my circle. But I've learned how to make decisions based on whether or not it's going to impact me too drastically, or it's going to put me in a position that I'm uncomfortable, but I made you happy because I said yes. You get me? So I've learned how to say, let me think about that. So a lot of times, just that alone will help you to make a better decision. Well, let me get back with you.
Yeah, not a haste decision.
Not a haste, but just right. Just let me think about it. I'm not saying no right now, but just let me think about it. Because people ask me to do stuff all the time. They ask me, I said, well, I'm not quite sure if I could do that. Let me get back with you. And then if I want to hear your voice, because I may feel sway, I may change my mind, I text you. Well, it looks like I'm not going to be able to do it. So sorry, but catch me next time. Because a text is very impersonal. It's very impersonal, texting. But if I got to call you, I may say, come on now. I don't like people to do that to me. Because I don't like people to give me guilt trips. Don't give me guilt trips. Because I don't give my children guilt trips. I don't give my husband guilt trips. Because I'm not the one. Either I can do it or I can't do it. And whatever. You want to label me, whatever. Because people will drain you raggedy. They will drain you dry emotionally. I'm telling you. You have to learn
physically, mentally, financially. Everything.
Let's see if we can find that book. I should have bought that book a long time ago for my sister. How to Help You Without Hurting Me. When you're helping somebody, and it's like I always say, a drowning man is a dangerous man. Because you ever seen a person that's drowning? Because my son in the military, one Marine, one Army, he said, Mama, you have to knock him out to save him. So you got to knock him out to save him. So my thing is, at the point, my helping you now just draining me dry. So you got to learn to say no. And there's a thing you have to learn. What I learned, I do have the gift of no. Some people have to learn the gift or acquire the gift of no, to know when to say no, when to back off, when to forward. Because I don't believe in coincidences. I really don't. I believe in like divine, like our steps are ordered. Now we can deviate from our steps ordered by our choices. You know what I'm saying? People say, oh, Mina, she died. But some people die before their time. You can die before your time by your choices. That's why the other day you and I were talking about deja vu.
Yes.
I know sometimes I've said this, I've done this. I personally believe that that's my confirmation that I'm in the right path I should be in my life. So when I get that and I feel that, it's a confirmation for me. It's the universe and the spiritual world, God, whatever you want to say, letting me know right now you're where you're supposed to be. So you get that little confirmation. Right. Like, oh, I've said this. I met you, and you know you hadn't met this person. I have met people, and like I say, your spirit bear witness to my spirit that you're a child of God. That's why I said the other day, something about people you meet, your spirit bear witness with them. You may not ever meet them again. You may not ever meet them in person. You may meet them in the next life or whatever. But for this moment, I got this connection with you. And there's a reason why I got this connection. There's some reason. And eventually it'll manifest itself, and sometimes it might not manifest itself.
That part. See, and that's the thing. Like with me, I want to strengthen myself to be able to have the power of no. No, I can't. No, I'm not. And no, I will not. I want to be able to do that because I don't do that. And then I am filled with regret, remorse. I have a very lot of survival remorse.
But why can I ask you a question to help you get there to that point? This may help you. Ask yourself, if I say no to this person, how would that make me feel? See, because you're basing it on if I say no, if I say yes, how it's gonna make me feel. So once you can start putting labels on why you can't say no or why you should say yes, you understand what I'm saying?
See, it's not that. It's not that. What it is I have survivor remorse. Like I know what it's like not to have someone to support them, to help them, and all that. So I feel a need to always want to be the person that is there for them. Hypothetically,
I know what you're saying. You're very.
You can call me 2-3 o'clock in the morning to yell, scream, and holler.
But see, you're a very empathetic person.
Yes.
And see, I am too. Like whenever I'm going through something in my personal life that maybe draw tears from my soul, I always take the moment and I'll say, if I'm lonely or something, I say, Lord, please be with all the lonely people. Or Lord, please be the woman that's going through what I'm going through right now. I think of that. And I may say a prayer for that person. I don't know who they are because I empathize. But still at the same time, we can't save the world. We can't,
and that's the thing.
Save the world, and we
you
can't
have
save
to meet people where they are.
We can't save everybody, but I had to learn that too. I had to learn that you cannot save everybody. Sometimes you can make an impact. If this you is hurting me and destroying me, it's no good. Because if I'm drained and I'm destroyed, how can I help you? I won't be here to help you.
And that's another thing. If something is a tell sign up front that something ain't right, it's eventually going to be not right through the whole thing.
Right. We get these signals and signs and omens, but we don't heed them. We don't heed them because
and back to the friendship and just the divorce and just summing it up, like you have to look at people of how they treat other people.
Right.
I always didn't understand that concept. Like if this person is your friend and they dog out their best friend, where you think you gonna stand?
That's right. And you said something earlier, and I live by this. That's why I get along with people. I take you at first value. And my thing is, speak. If you speak, that I may know you. When you open your mouth, when a person start talking, I can sum what you all about. If I talk to you 5 minutes or so, I can already kind of get an idea of who you are.
Because everybody got a sob story. Everybody got a story.
Right. And we all got a story. And everybody we all want somebody want to share our story. And I think we should share our story. But victims, I still ask Lord to help me. I work with victims all the time. And one thing I'm not a victim. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I've been a victim, but I learned how to overcome. See, some people still are victims. And that's why I don't have a lot of women friends, because women see themselves as victims. Victims of how their children treat them, how their husband treat them, how the last husband treat them, how the boss treated them, how life treated them. Honey, we all born into troubles. As the sparks that fly upward, we gonna have troubles.
That's right.
But the thing is, how do we deal with them? What do you have as a coping mechanism to help you deal with your problems? With me, it's my relationship with him.
That's right.
That's what keeps me going. And see, I don't care if I never have another girlfriend, whatever. It's fine if I do, because I deal with people all the time. That's fine, girl. You want to go wherever, you do whatever. But my thing is, I'm here for you, but you ain't called me no 2 o'clock in the morning, not unless somebody got a gun in your head. Now, if that's the case.
Now, even with that, it's nothing I can do.
You need to call 911.
That's right.
I had people call me. I said, listen, call 911. Well, I said, call 911 and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Now, you can call me cold or whatever, because I used to deal with my husband. I'd be on call when I was working with most third children. I would have 3 pages. Back then we had cell phone, then with the pages. I had my personal cell phone. I had the on-call cell phone, and I had another phone call for my program I had to run. So I had 300 employees. So I had to but every 3 months I had to go on call for the whole agency.
That's right.
Everybody had to rotate the crisis call. So we had this little girl. My husband said, Phyllis, this I would say, how you handle all them crises? You never had to leave the house but one time. I only left the house 2 times. That's when the group home was on fire. And one little girl had just went to a new group home and she was threatening to kill herself. I had to 1013 her to the hospital. 1013 was somebody mental.
Okay.
So they called me, and I knew this young lady. I knew her history. Little white girl, 12 years old. She would always fake she gonna kill herself to get attention. Now, the staff in the new group home that worked in there did not know her. I never forget, her name was Brandy. And I thought, this staff, I went mostly for this staff because the staff was terrified. I said, I'm telling her I'm going. That's 10 years of age, I only with 2 calls at night. I went over there and I said, Brandy, now you know, I said, tell me how you gonna kill yourself. She didn't have a plan, because you have to ask 2 things. If somebody's gonna kill themselves, they usually have a plan. That's the first thing they ask you. You have a plan.
Yeah, Miss Brown, I don't think you can say that on YouTube.
Oh, I can't say that. Well, I thought, okay. Well, anyway, that's another whole thing. But anyway, so there's a certain question you have to ask. So I went really support the staff. But I said to say this. If people call you at 3 o'clock in the morning, mostly they really just want attention. You cannot allow people to just drain you and suck you emotionally dry till there's nothing left. You just cannot do it. Because if you're gone, what good are you going to be to them or anybody else?
Nothing. In my Demetria voice, nothing.
So you got to take care of yourself. And I forget, that's why I forget about YouTube sometimes, because I'm Zoomed. You don't have to worry about, guidelines, and you know what I'm saying? If you're doing a training or something on Zoom, you can just talk. But you get to talking sometimes, you got to follow the guidelines. So I get that. But
well, we want to just, we was just having a soul sister conversation, alive.
I'm going to keep it 100.
And she is gonna keep it 100.
I'm gonna keep it 100.
And I'm gonna keep it like 85%.
You just have to check me because we're not on Zoom, we're not on the program, we're on YouTube. And so that's why I say the conversation, you got it, because it can get serious or it can just be lighthearted. But I think as women, we have to remember that you are individual. You're a wife, you're a mother, but you're also who you are. And you got to nurture every aspect of who you are. Because if you don't take care of you, you're no good to anybody else. That's why I believe in taking care of myself. I'm take care of me. When I married my husband, we sat down, we talked. I said, listen, I'm not looking for a daddy. I hope you're not looking for a mama. I said, I'm not getting married because I need a man. I get married because I want to be married.
I think I told my husband that. I was like, I don't need you. I just want you. He was like, what? They don't understand. But Miss Brown, let's go ahead and just, we'll have the Soul Sister, Daytime Soul Sisters on Miss Brown Live next week. And we're going to talk about some other stuff. But until then, Miss Brown, let's go ahead into the chat. Can you go look at the chat and tell everybody?
You know what? I don't see anybody in the chat.
You don't see nobody in the chat? People will see it coming.
I just see me and you.
Hey, Miss Charlene. That's that sister.
All right, Charlene, you just say I can call a name.
Okay. How to flex living.
Hi there, everybody.
Pinko Chocolate. That's my girl. That's my girl. She gonna teach me how to dance.
Okay.
I can't. We gotta dance. When we say her name, we gotta dance.
Ooh. I can dance now. I just can't twerk. I'm a great dancer now.
All right, who else we got? Mr. Act Now or Never. Welcome. Welcome, my brother. Salute.
Hello.
Simple Things. Outreach Media. She said, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Hope you're doing okay.
Okay, Sana TTV. Welcome. I've never seen you before, but welcome. We're just having a soul sister conversation.
Right. And tell them, Andy, if they ever visit my house, leave their calling card.
Okay, that's her signature. Don't you come to her house without your business card. Hey, MTGBTV.
Hi.
But welcome, guys. We just having a conversation. Please, I'm going to drop Miss Brown Leap. You go over there next week. We're just going to have a Daytime Soul Sister live. We're going to talk about things. That's it.
Let's talk about things. I would like to talk about one of my supporters was talking about. She had a great stream. It was on her heart. And I think it's good when we talk about things in our heart. We can. She was talking about teenage pregnancies. Because she was a teen mom. And she has some great advice for teen moms.
Okay. I mean, whatever you want to talk about, Ms. Brown, we're going to have 3 things that we talk about. And within that hour of those 3 things, we're going to talk about it. Well, welcome to this live. I appreciate you. Please subscribe to me and Miss Phyllis Brown.
Thank you, guys.
Next week, please. Miss Brown, tell the people you said have a great weekend.
I always say have a great weekend. I always leave and end with this. Don't sweat the small stuff, because in the end, it's all small stuff. Bye-bye.
All right, and I'm going to leave with, if you ain't laughing, you ain't living.
That's right.
So try to find some happiness in everything you do. And my sisters and my brothers, just treat each other the way you want to be treated. That's it. Right.
Thank you, Angie. Love you.
Love you too, Miss Brown. I'll talk to you soon. I'm about to drop your link. Someone just asked. Let me go ahead. Miss Brown, can you go in the back chat to drop your link? I'm learning how to do this link stuff.
Okay. All you do just copy, down to the bottom.
Yeah, but sometimes that thing is hard.
Well, tell them if they go and just type in moving to Atlanta.
How about that one? That's moving to Atlanta.
Moving to Atlanta. That's the one that went viral.
Okay, I got it.
I just popped right up.
There you go. I dropped it. It should be there. And you can go subscribe to Ms. Brown, and we'll see you next week. If you have any suggestions that you want us to talk about have an opinion on, we will talk about it. Please just go drop and ring the doorbell. Ring the doorbell and let us know what you want us to talk about.
Send it to Angie. And we'll talk about it.
She said, send it to me. Okay. Until next go, guys. Thank you for coming. Until next. Have a great weekend.
You too.